Hello everyone, Artanis215 here. Welcome to episode something, episode, yeah, 5. Sweet. So last episode we moved in and we got settled in, and I did a few things that I thought I was recording, but um, OBS was really funny and I didn't get it to do what I wanted. So I made another portal across the way, and I figure we can maybe nudge this to the side or whatever we need to do. I haven't done much in there. I just kind of set up a system to get to land because, as always, my nether portal is in a inopportune location, which is fine, but it's whatever. So in here, I wanted to quickly craft something. So we have our basic machine lineup, our ore washing plant and all this stuff, but we need to get a thermal centrifuge up so we can actually do stuff with this. Because we could smelt it, or we can thermal centrifuge it and get a tiny pile of lead and a silver dust, and then we can gather those and smelt those, and happy day, right? Super processing. So we need a couple of things for our thermal centrifuge. First off, we need, where is it? Can't find it. Right there. So we need an advanced machine casing, which means we need advanced alloys. That means we have to build a compressor. So over here, I have everything we need to get a compressor. So let's go ahead and build this guy out. Compressor. So we'll go ahead and plop this guy down here. Oop, that was not where I wanted him. There we go. Pick him up. I need to put my backpack back on as well. There. So now he'll fill up, and we can go ahead. And I just needed a bunch of these guys. So what we're going to make now is some advanced alloys. So if we throw these 3 in here, and we're going to get a chip out, because we're going to be making lots of advanced alloys in our future. So may as well have a pattern. So we're going to do tin across the bottom, bronze in the middle, and iron up top. That'll get us these. So we need about 6 of them. Whoops, that was good. I can just shift click it in there, and there we go. Sort that guy. We're good now. And then we're going to need to compress these guys up. So we're going to need 2 for our machine block, and then we're going to need 4 for the other part of this guy, the laser. So we're just going to go ahead and put those in there. Next up, you'll see we need an energy crystal for our laser. And this requires some energium dust, which I have ready right here. So we're going to go ahead and pull that out. And we're going to have to smelt this guy, I believe. So go ahead and smelt him up. Oh no, we have to compress him. That's right, we have to compress this guy as well, right? Yep. So we'll compress him once those guys are done. And then we're going to need a couple of carbon plates. So these each require, oh, that got changed. That's 3. So we need 3 for each of these, so that's 6 per raw carbon mesh. We'll just go ahead and we'll just pulverize all of this because it'll probably be faster. And then we'll go ahead and pull out this crushed iron ore and throw it in our ore washing plant and get it ore washing. So I'll be right back as soon as this stuff finishes. Okay, I am back, and I think we're ready to craft this puppy up. So let's get going. So thermal centrifuge. First off, I think we're gonna make our laser. So if I put that there, no, let's do this the good old-fashioned way on the ground. So if it's this, and then 1, 2, Oh, we need another advanced circuit, 3, 4. So I was right, but I was wrong. So we need a circuit. There we go. Right there. Laser. This guy's pretty cool. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to use him. But that's good. And then we're going to look up uses. He's also in pattern storage. But we need him for our thermal centrifuge. So we need 4 of those. We're going to need to make a motor. We need a couple more of these coils. And then we need our advanced machine block. So we'll throw these in here. And we'll pull out this advanced machine casing. And then we're going to want to make one more quick electronic circuit. We're going to grab a couple of this, and we have more of that coming. I didn't need that, I needed this. There we go. Get ourselves our advanced circuit. I don't know why I needed that. No, didn't really need it at all. I have a motor, have an advanced machine casing, have this, have our 4 iron, have that. Well, we'll have an advanced circuit for later. Total waste of time, but yeah, it's okay. There. And we'll go ahead and craft this guy up as well. Motor in the bottom, coils, advanced machine casing, and thermal centrifuge is done. So this guy can take quite a bit of EU. We're only outputting 32, but that's okay. So I mean, we should keep up between these two. I mean, it can take 48, but that's okay. We might push it a little bit, but that should be about it. So we're gonna take this purified silver ore. We're gonna throw it in here, and now we're gonna build up to 1,000 heat. And once this guy builds up to 1,000 heat, which does take a minute, so it's never a bad idea to put a hopper on top of this guy and constantly feed into it to keep its heat up, because there is no way to actually just keep its heat up. It has to rebuild its heat every single time it runs. So we'll take some of this and throw in here, wash it up, and then our stone dust I've just been putting over in here, because eventually we'll be able to make CF foam with it. And then our tiny piles of iron dust, we can just go ahead and craft up into bigger iron, throw the tiny pile in there, and smelt it up. So see, it's now processing, ticking along at a slow rate, but it's going nonetheless. And it's going. So now we're going to get tiny piles of lead and some silver dust, which we can then smelt up over here, and we'll get some silver. It is different silver than the stuff that we have right now, but that's not a big deal. As long as we're getting stuff done, we're in good shape. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to run these machines all kind of independently of one another. Because this guy isn't quite able to maintain the amount of heat he needs to constantly run. So if we'll just deal with the fact that we can't run them all at the same time. It's not that big of a deal. And as you can see, I've been mining and have a bunch of ores to process up. I'll just kind of put these in here for right now, and we'll process them as we get through the rest of ours. So burn through a little bit of power, but that's okay. This guy should be filling up. Alright guys, so I'm just going to be processing ores for the next while. I will talk to you all in a little bit when I have something else to do. Guys, so I'm finding myself with this issue where, because I'm doing all this ore washing, I'm actually ending up with a lot of these tiny piles of dust. So what I'd like to do is I want to craft up this guy. This is the recipe, as you can see on the ground, for the packager from factorization. And what this is going to do for us is we can take these tiny piles and we can just toss them in here, and it will package them up into iron dust. And then we can just pull these out, put that away, and smelt that. So this is just going to be kind of a nice thing to have for right now. Eventually we might go ahead and have a production line where our dusts automatically go into a bunch of these different ones, because as you noticed, it won't craft unless it has all 9. So we could just have one for each type of ore that we were processing in this manner. Finally finished up my iron. As you can see, we have enough for a couple more. So we'll go ahead and throw those in there. And then we can actually go ahead and get this crushed silver rolling while this macerator is doing its thing. I've just been saving this. As you can see, we use it for CF powder, which we can then use in a canning machine to get CF fluid. And then we can either fluid transpose it into something like that, or, put it into cells or something. So that is that for right now. I'm going to go back off camera and continue waiting on these machines to process ores. I will be back. Alright guys, I kind of decided what we can do for right now. What we can do is we can go ahead and get started into Tinkers. As you can see, I've been just kind of diving into rivers for the past while, trying to gather up as much clay as I could, and I managed about 32 blocks, which is about how much gravel and sand I had. So if we just kind of put this stuff in here, I'm just going to do it like this. This is a shapeless recipe, but I'm just doing this for fun. We should get a bunch of grout, and we're going to need probably, well, most of it. So I'm going to let that start smelting. What this grout is going to give us is seared bricks. And what we can do with seared bricks is we can make ourselves a smeltery. Now, we have some other stuff that we need to do, like we need to actually get a tool station and a tool forge, and probably just skip straight to tool forge, to be honest. But we have to make some blank patterns, and then we have to use those to get our tools and whatnot. So for right now, I'm just going to smelt this stuff, and then in the future, we will go ahead and we'll get a bunch of it made up. So as you can see, here's these tiny piles of silver that we're processing. We've got our purified silver we can toss in there, and our stone, which I've just been storing in there again. So I'm going to let this smelt for a bit, and then once it's done, we'll probably come back and we'll get started into Tinkerer's Construct. So, I mean, as you can see, we have like stencil tables and pattern chests and part builders. So we'll probably skip straight to the tool forge, I'm thinking. And we'll have to make a pattern chest and a stencil table. But we won't necessarily need, well, we will need to make a part builder as well. But I think we'll skip straight to tool forge. So we'll just make one right now, why not? So let's go ahead and make up 4 blocks of iron. So 4 blocks of iron, like so. And then we're gonna need 3 smeltery brick things. And we're also going to need a tool station, which needs a blank pattern. So we'll get a couple of these out. A couple of We'll just make a bunch. Make that. And then we need a crafting table, I believe, under this guy to get our tool station. There we go, materials and you, our second book. And then mighty smelting, the third book that we'll get. And we can go ahead and craft this guy on the floor. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, this guy, and our iron. Bam, tool forge. This lets us make all of the tools that we could possibly ever want to make. So, very, very nice addition. We're probably going to want to have a place for our tinker's machines. And I'm thinking we'll build out an area next episode. But for right now, we're going to get our tool forge. We're going to need some wood here. Alright, so do this. So we'll get us our part builder. We're going to need a chest. This will be our pattern chest. Got our part builder, pattern chest, and we need a stencil table now. We can just store that in there for the time being. Alright, and I suppose, nope, we can't store any of that stuff in there. So we'll store right there for right now. So this is everything that we'll need to get started with Tinkers. So we could go ahead and we could make a pickaxe or any number of things really. We could make a scythe or a pickaxe or an excavator. Although we don't have the resources really to make an excavator at the moment. We could make a crappy one, but at this time I think we'd be better off just to wait. And then we can get some stuff called alumite, which is pink, but it will let us mine some better stuff. And this is an alloy recipe of 2 parts, well, it's aluminum, iron, and obsidian, and the exact recipe would be in here for us. So we can just, yeah. We can melt down villagers. And slime. And ender. And villagers and horses and entities and all sorts of stuff. Pig iron. Alumite made from 5 aluminum, 2 iron, and 2 obsidian. And we have manulin and cobalt, which is, that stuff's really good. But the first thing we're going to need is definitely going to be some aluminum brass. So we're going to be really glad we have this aluminum store here in the very, very near future. Just been processing up some of this stuff as well. I accidentally remade all my stuff into glowstone blocks, and then I was like, oh, facepalm. So I've been breaking it back down via the pulverizer. So we'll pull that out and kind of set it right there for right now while we finish ore washing this silver. But for right now, guys, I'm going to hang out. I'm going to smelt some stuff and get some stuff going. Maybe I'll expand off. Maybe I'll make a hallway right here and go out and build out a smeltery room. Or I could build out off of this or up top. Up top wouldn't be a bad place for a smeltery either, now that I think about it. because we could expand it upwards as far as we wanted. Or we could make the bedroom into a smeltery area. I'll decide sometime between now and when I start recording again, but for now, um, I will be back in a few with some stuff to do with the smeltery. All right, everyone. Just am back for a little bit more. I went ahead and I made 5 transformer upgrades. One for each machine aside from this guy, because as you can see, this has a max power of 120 ADU per tick. But all of these guys now can handle up to 512 because I have this guy in them. So they can all take 512. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm kind of irritated with this bat box by now. I mean, it's good base power, but it's just not, it can't output enough for me. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make the second tier of energy storage, the CESU. Now this guy outputs 128 and he has a capacity of 300,000. He takes some advanced RE batteries, which are crafted like so, bronze item casings. So we'll go ahead and grab those 3 out. Of course they don't stack. And here is our CESU. So if we grab out our wrench here, we just pick this guy right up. There's our other geothermal. There's also one back there that I'm using to kind of bolster the line a little bit, give us a little bit more energy. And if we go ahead and we plop this guy down, and then I shift right click to rotate him, we should no longer be having energy issues. So I should be able to gladly pop both those in there, and he won't lose energy. And this guy should continually gain energy. Yeah, he is. So now our washing plant is a little bit faster for us. So, and then we can of course use this guy in either like a bat box minecart, or if we want an electric jetpack, which we'll probably get to eventually, we can go ahead and make one of those as well. But for right now, it's going in here. And I'm actually going to go ahead and upgrade that guy. There we go. Much better. Right, everyone, I am back, and I've done some work in the world since we were last here. Still episode 5. I just want to do a couple of things before I go back off camera. I went ahead and I set up some I built out a room for our Tinker's construct. This is where the smeltery will go, and I'm gonna save this for next episode, but it's here. Here's the room built. Also over here, I made a hazmat suit for fun, because eventually we'll need it, but it's for fun right now. And then I started building out that room a little bit. Also, we have some stuff that I've done. So as you can see, my power gen is nice and clean now. Went ahead, moved it underground, got it nice and neat and tucked away down there. And then over here, we have all 8 of these bad boy generators hooked up to one ender tank. And then over here we have our second ender tank and 4 magmatic dynamos pumping into this guy. Now I know that's more than it can accept, but eventually we will be upgrading that guy, and I figured the infrastructure would be nice just to have. Also, I could always bring some machines down here if I absolutely needed to process stuff super fast, but we'll be getting into this next episode. And the reason it's been so long is because I updated to the 1.0.6 version of the Direwolf 20 pack, and thermal expansion Liquidux gave me hell. I had all of this stuff built in the previous pack, and I had to MC edit delete all of this because the Liquidux didn't stay. They just turned invisible and you couldn't remove them or anything. So pain in the butt. Also, continuing, I'm still processing stuff, guys. Still processing stuff. Levers now keep these things running, so I'm just going to keep that guy heated up and running. But the big thing that we need to do this episode is in this crafting table. I went ahead and I got myself an energy pack, a tier 3. It can hold a whopping 2 million EU. so enough to power this for a long, long, long time. I just got sick of refilling this little guy. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to pop that guy out. Wahoo. And we're going to sever this because, quite frankly, useless. This guy, we're going to leave there to drain, top off our backpack. And then, because this guy cannot be charged in here, no way, no how, can't happen. I went mining, and let me tell you guys, I went mining for hours. I didn't get any ores, because I actually have an episode planned. I've had some requests for actually seeing mining. So, next episode, we're going to get Tinker set up, and then we're going to go mining for a while. So, we're going to do that in episode 6, so stay tuned for that. Should be up probably Sunday. This will be up on, so tomorrow, because I'm probably going to post this up, and it'll be Saturday when this goes up. So, this took forever. 16 diamonds, plus these 8, so like 24 diamonds total, and we have an MFE. Now this can transfer 512, and this can take 512, so we're good there. We're actually going to come over here, and we're going to get our wrench out. Plunk. And what we're going to do is we're just going to use our MFE temporarily to sort of transfer energy into this. So this can accept. So basically for the next, you know what, I don't really care. We have 8 geothermal gens. Goodbye. So we'll plop down this MFE, flip it around. All of these machines can take 512, except for this one who can take 2048. And we will reconnect our cable. This guy will get his power back. This guy is running. We can drain that and fill that up. We'll just top this guy off really quick. There we go. Put this one away. Put our CESU in here. We will be using him later on. As you can see, the rewards of processing. Lots of stone dust. However, our ores chest is doing pretty good for itself. We'll be processing some of that stuff next episode. But that's that, guys. We are pretty much set now. We've got an MFE, tons of power coming into it. We've got a new lovely energy pack that I can use to power my tools. I don't believe this can be used for anything. Nah, I can't. It's okay. We'll find something to do with it eventually. Right now, ore washing plant. What's wrong with you, guy? Oh. Oh. Yeah. We'll let it power back up, and then this guy has some internal buffer, so we'll just throw it in there. This thing can hold 2 million, and it's already up to, 300 something thousand, 400,000, which isn't bad, but so we'll just pop it on our back and deal with it for right now. Also, for those of you who don't know, if you put a lever underneath here, give this guy a redstone signal, the armor stand, that is, and then you shift click, or shift right click, it'll just transfer everything you've got on. So there's the energy back. There it is back. Yeah, guys, so that's it for episode 5. I know it was kind of short-lived. It wasn't a super long episode, but next episode we're going to be doing some mining along with some other stuff. Thinking about getting started into some forestry, which we will probably need to find a new area to do it with. I've also done some exploring around the world, and we have some potential places to go visit and see and do cool things with. Oh, one other thing. We now can go all the way to the ground, and yes, that is a giant pillar. No, yes, it is hollow inside as well. So, yeah, up here we go. This will be our power gen room. This will be expanded, I promise. But for right now, we're doing pretty good on power, and I will catch you guys in episode 6. I hope you enjoyed. I know it's been a while since I posted, so I apologize for that, but we'll be back next time with lots more fun stuff to do. I hope you enjoyed. Okay. That's weird. Oh! There. Now let's just double check this. I get one of these levers out. And I power this. I remove that. He does keep his heat, right? Yes, he does. Alright, we're good. Just wanted to make sure that it kept its heat, because it's a pain in the butt to have to wait for that to heat up. Also, I tend to use landmarks with levers to mark my builds out. So like when I made this room, I just set the levers like this and did the corners. And then that's pretty much that, guys. That's just how I build my rooms out, and I build them out pretty quickly that way. Silver, silver, silver. Yes, and then here's the sample chest again. Anyways, guys, I will see you next episode. I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day, take it easy, and thank you for watching.